What's up, everybody? Once again, it's Brandman Sean, and this video right here is brought to you by BrandmanNetwork.com because I signed myself. Now, this is a snippet of an upcoming interview I did with an artist by the name of Wasu and Ghost, and man, they touch on another route to build a fan base, another route to blow up that I hear a lot of people talk about or they don't realize is a real option, and you don't have to be called an industry plant to do it.
Yo, I knew this shit was working because suddenly Double XL fucking posted one of their tracks. I was like, okay, yeah, we got this. And then right after that, Empire hollered at us and gave us a distribution deal back in 2015. So we got that. And then fucking I'm looking at the stat trackers or whatever, and I see Warner Music Group and shit is checking the website and shit, the Tumblr and shit. And then I'm like, all right, so we're actually making noise and people are actually looking out for us. So then,
wait, one real important thing that you did, because someone asked me, is this a thing that you can do? They were like, instead of just releasing music, should I just wait till I build connections and things like that and then release? And I said, that's definitely an option. They thought they had to just keep dropping and then build up that way and then get connections. But I told them there's a lot of people I know that where they might have just been a photographer or videographer, but for whatever reason, it might not have been their strategy, but they got a lot of connections. And then when they decide to be an artist, it set them up on a whole different platform. It sounds like you guys are able to do that, except especially Ghost, being a manager that's actually on their stuff. You got to focus on that heavily while, you got to just focus on becoming a better artist and getting all that stuff together, that's the benefit, of course, of having a team. Everybody doesn't have. It's just two people, but that's still a duo. I don't know if it's technically a team, whatever number that takes, but that's the benefit of having a manager that's really doing their stuff. Because there's a lot of managers they just aren't there and they don't understand it. I'm not even gonna say they're bad managers when we're talking about young developing ones, but I don't think people understand the importance for the manager to be out in that scene. The manager's a sales guy, basically.
Bro, you gotta be. You gotta chase it down all the time. You gotta understand the culture. You know what I'm saying? Kater and all of them, I became friends with them. You know what I'm saying? They saw me. I understand the beats. When he gets his shit mixed, it's as if they were gonna release their own instrumental tracks. That's exactly how that they would want it mixed. They want the Montreal sound, the kicks and the snares gotta be the loudest shit. You know what I mean? The way our mixes are. People don't know this because they're from outside of the city, but we have this very specific type of song when it comes to mixing our beats down. So I embody this whole Montreal culture, this whole beat scene and shit. I embody that shit because I've been in the mud with all of them. You know what I'm saying? I got my respect from all of them. Lunas, tight with, you know what I'm saying? He produced Blood on the Leaves by Kanye. Well, he was one of the producers on that track. And it's just yo, I know the whole entire scene. And I was yo, once this shit comes out, I'm gonna have everybody's support. You know what I mean? I was yo, we can't rely on one strategy. We gotta attack it every single way. I was I gotta attack the fashion wave. I gotta attack the internet wave. I gotta attack the Montreal wave. I just gotta take all these scenes and it's Spirit Bomb from Dragon Ball Z and shit.
Wait, what do y'all mean by the fashion wave? Because I think I know what you mean, but I don't want people to miss it. So when you say you have to attack the fashion wave, what does that look like, and why would you attack the fashion wave?
Because I came off of the Hypebeast forums, you know what I'm saying? Tyler, the creator, he's not the first person to rock Supreme, but he made it a trend in the mainstream, you know what I'm saying? That was the thing on the Hypebeast forums. Everyone was rocking Supreme. But he became the face of Hypebeast at that period of time. Around the same time, a year later, A$AP Rocky off of the forums and off of the OVO blog and shit like that, he blew up off of the fashion wave as well. And it's just that I was yo, since I'm already killing this fashion shit online, I joined Tumblr and I was I hate Tumblr, but I was yo, let me see if I can do something. So I posted a few outfits and I went Tumblr viral. So okay, I can do this shit. Then I shut down my Tumblr after a month after that. So then I was I gotta translate this shit. So the first music video, there's $40,000 worth of outfits in that music video. You know what I'm saying? I just killed that shit. And that's why when it got posted on Hypebeast, it stayed in the top 5 news story section for a week. And I just wanted every single demographic I could get. You know what I'm saying?
That's what that's why I like when people focus on and realize that there's these adjacent communities that's not just like the music community, and you could cap off of these adjacent communities, whether that's a lot of basketball players will like my music, so I'm going to be an athlete in the locker room and all my homies because I'm in that world, or whether it's fashion or whether it's just videography, photography. There's so many like random different like categories that you would gaming and there's subcategories within each of these categories, but people don't realize there's so many other communities. It's hard. As a matter of fact, the music category is the hardest because when you're telling them to check for your music, they're less likely to check for your music, right? Or where you come in and you're competing with other rappers or other artists, so it's a different space.
Especially in the city, like everyone's a fucking rapper, so it's like, yeah, what's gonna make me listen to you other than the 30 other niggas that I just saw on the bus? You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes you gotta get to it.
Now, of course, again, you can always click the link in the description to go to the full interview. Once that interview has dropped, if it hasn't dropped, that link ain't gonna go nowhere. People always ask me about that. But my 2 cents about that clip is really just remembering that you can take the time to just build your connections first and then blow up after that, right? You build this collection in the culture. You can insert yourself somewhere in culture, get yourself known, your face known. So now you have supporters. And this guy, Ghost, went out there and did it in many different parts of culture. When in the full interview, he really gets into it. These dudes are hustlers. And if you want to actually blow up with less money, connections are going to be a key to that. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to make connections anyway. So a lot of you guys, why not be a little bit more patient? Spend 2-3 years if you're early on like that, because that's what they were doing when they would be in, quote unquote college, spending that time building heavy relationships. And once it was time to drop, Asu had the music, he had been developing himself, and bam, there goes some visibility. They're getting the XXL, Noisy, and all these things in a short period of time. It's something to consider. I love the way these guys think. It's definitely worth watching the full interview. If you like this video, not only do we have videos like this that get dropped early, we have tons of exclusive content and resources for artists and marketing and branding. We get you branded right, and then we get you focused on how to blow up specific to your brand. And of course, also, if you like this video, you might as well hit that like button. If you like it, you might as well share it. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe.